Forget pumping iron. Why not pump pot? As California struggles to find cash for its strapped coffers, Governor Schwarzenegger said Tuesday it's time to study whether or not to legalize and tax marijuana for recreational use. Have a listen, listeners.
Blah, 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 legalization, blah, 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 extra revenues, blah, 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 open debate, blah, 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 marijuana, blah, 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 I'll be back.
Translation, he thinks we should start the debate on legalization and study how well other countries are doing now that they've already legalized pot. Meanwhile, a new Zogby poll finds 52% voter support for treating marijuana as a legal, taxed, regulated substance. That's almost half. Hey, Jamie, I go to you first because you're in the pot-centric, where is he?
Pot-centric land.
Pot-centric land. According to a recent estimate, legalization could raise $1.34 billion in revenues. Is that a good reason to do it? Are you for this?
Wow. I think I am for it. I only see one thing that might be a little bit awkward. When you're purchasing a dime bag from a drug dealer, you shake his hand, you slip him the 10, then you got to give him 82 cents in change to cover the tax.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. That would be a problem. You know, and the governor has shown he's a fan of smoking the marijuana seen here. There he is. Is there any chance pot will be legalized in California or anywhere ever?
Apparently, but if they really want to raise money, they ought to be taxing Botox, steroids, and to really collect in California methamphetamine.
Oh, absolutely. Well, legalize it all,
Yeah.
and just imagine
On that
the wealth.
theory.
Yes. Hey, Bill, if pot was legalized, wouldn't people lose interest in working, be paranoid, and generally be a drag on the system, which in the end would be more costly for the state?
So, like what alcohol and prescription drugs already do?
Yes, Bill.
Exactly.
That's the point I was leading up to.
Prescription drugs
No.
and alcohol make people more productive.
No.
And smoking cigarettes, way more productive.
Depends on the prescription drug, trust me. And I'm nodding off right now. This all stemmed from the fact that Schwarzenegger said in a GQ interview like 2 months ago that they asked him about his marijuana days, and he said, "That's not the drug, that's a leaf." The great thing is, so's cocaine.
I bet that makes you happy, Bill.
That's why I said the great thing.
Hey, Father, does the church have a view on pot, or they stay out of that?
That's the first time anybody's asked me that. First of all, I get a lot of strange questions, but you know, we talked about ethics of convenience before.
Right.
I think there's something else we could define as the replacement ethics.
Yes.
Okay, beginning with cigarettes.
Right.
You know, right now cigarettes smoking is the only sin that is obviously universal and terrible.
Yes, exactly.
You know? And it's replacing interpersonal ethics, being good to people, actually having personal responsibility toward God, man, and society.
It's easier to go after a smoker. It's easier to go after a smoker than anything else. Because
notice how I switched the topic from marijuana to cigarettes.
That was very
because I did not want to be on record saying marijuana.
I know. By the way, we still have your bong from the other show, so we're just going to leave it in the trunk of the car.
That's stealing.
Yeah, sorry.
That is definitely wrong.
Nothing about pot, the Ten Commandments. Stealing, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
From buff governors to buff presidents, it's been Obama's